Tomorrow, the church will gather to celebrate Palm Sunday, and I hope that you have the opportunity to wave a palm branch and shout, Hosanna. I hope that you will be able to see children, young and old, marching around the sanctuary as they remind us of Jesus' procession up to Jerusalem and the beginning of Holy Week. I'm struck by the gospel accounts of Jesus' procession up to Jerusalem and the shouts of the crowd as they welcome him into the city. But I'm also struck by the events that immediately precede his arrival to Jerusalem. In Mark's gospel, as Jesus comes to Jericho, we see his encounter with a blind man named Bartimaeus. In Luke's gospel, as Jesus is passing through Jericho, he stops and looks up in a sycamore fig tree and tells a man named Zacchaeus to come down. In John's gospel, we find Jesus in Bethany at the home of Mary and Martha, and Lazarus, whom John reminds us was raised from the dead. You know, I love that we know the names of these individuals: Bartimaeus, Zacchaeus, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. The well-known hymn, Grace Greater Than Our Sin, includes this verse: marvelous, infinite, matchless grace, freely bestowed on all who believe. You that are longing to see his face, will you this moment his grace receive? You that are longing to see his face. I wonder what it must have been like for Bartimaeus. He had cried out from the roadside, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus asked him, what do you want me to do for you? Rabbi, I want to see. Can you imagine? The first face this now healed blind man saw was the face of Jesus. I wonder what it was like for Zacchaeus. He wanted to see Jesus so badly that he climbed up in a tree. And a few moments later, Jesus is speaking directly to him and then seated as a guest at his table. And at that table, Jesus says, today salvation has come to this house. The Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Can you imagine Zacchaeus looking across the table and seeing Jesus face to face? I wonder what it was like for Lazarus, the one who lay dead in the grave for 4 days before Jesus shows up and called out in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And as his friends peel away the grave clothes, Lazarus sees the face of Jesus. Can you imagine Lazarus, who was dead but is now alive, seeing Jesus face to face? Marvelous, infinite, matchless grace, freely bestowed on all who believe. You that are longing to see his face, will you this moment his grace receive? I am moved by these personal encounters with Jesus. I am moved that just before Jesus enters this final week of his earthly life, he stops along the way and offers marvelous, infinite, matchless grace to a man named Bartimaeus, and to a man named Zacchaeus, and to a family, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. You that are longing to see his face, will you this moment his grace receive?